But some nights I'm crushing under the weight of all this care, carrying conviction in a world that don't believe, trying to stand for something while everybody telling me to leave.
Waking up exhausted from the fight I fought in dreams, where the enemy keep whispering that nothing's what it seems, that the sacrifice ain't worth the debt. I'm giving up my life for a promise in the distance while I'm bleeding from the strife. See, they told me take up my cross daily, follow in the step, but they never said how heavy, never mentioned all the depth of the isolation coming when you choose a narrow road, when your friends become your critics cause you carrying this load. I've been losing people left and right who don't understand why I can't just compromise, why I gotta take a stand on the things that used to bind us, on the nights we used to share. Now it's distance in between us cause I'm living in prayer, and the weight of it is real, it ain't symbolic, it ain't light. It's the difference between comfort and the calling to the fight, between blending with the culture and becoming set apart. It's the cross I'm dragging forward and it's breaking down my heart. This cross is heavy, heavy on my shoulders every day. Splinters in my hand from when I stumble on the way. They don't tell you about the lonely, about the cost of saying yes to a life that looks like dying just to find your righteousness. Started follow with heavy on my shoulders every day. Splinters in my hand from when I stumble on the way. They don't tell you about the lonely, about the cost of saying yes to a life that looks like dying just to find your righteousness. Started following with passion, thought that fate would set me free. Never knew that freedom meant surrendering every part of me. Every dream I had constructed, every plan I made alone, had to nail it to the cross, had to make his will my own. And that process ain't been easy, been a death to who I was, to the version of myself that did whatever just because. Now the standards, there's convictions, there's a high call to me, and the friction with my flesh got me stumbling through the street, trying to carry this cross daily when my body screaming stop, when the devil dangling shortcuts from the bottom to the top, telling me I can have it all if I just compromise a bit, if I water down the message, if I make the gospel fit into boxes that's acceptable, that don't offend the crowd, that don't mention sin or judgment. Keep the worship not too loud, keep it comfortable and real, and keep it easy to digest. But that ain't the cross I'm carrying, that ain't the test. This cross is heavy, heavy on my shoulders every day. Splinters in my hands from when I stumble on the way. They don't tell you about the lonely, about the cost of saying yes to a life that looks like dying just to find your righteousness. Heavy on my shoulders every day. Splinters in my hands from when I stumble on the way. They don't tell you about the lonely, about the cost of saying yes to a life that looks like dying just to find your righteousness. See, the cross ain't just a symbol that I'm wearing on my chain. It's the death of my ambitions, it's the sanctifying pain. It's the moments when I'm tempted to go back to who I was, but I'm knowing that the old me ain't compatible with love. Real love, that is the kind that bleeds for someone's soul, the kind that sees beyond the surface, makes the broken person whole. Not the counterfeit I'm seeing that just enables sin, but the love that speaks the truth even when it's discipline. And it's heavy on my conscience when I see the ones I love walking past that lead to destruction, rejecting grace from above. Do I stay silent and watch them fall, or do I speak and risk the loss of the relationship we built? Man, it's the weight up on my cross, cause they crucified the Christ for telling people what was true, for exposing all the hypocrisy, for showing something new. And if I'm following his footsteps, that mean persecution's coming, mean the hatred and the mockery, mean some days I'll be running. Lord, I'm asking for the strength to keep carrying what you assigning me. When my flesh is feeling weak and my mind is playing tricks, reminding me of easier roads, of all the things I missed from the life I left behind. All the comfort, all the freedom to just do what feels right. Now I'm bound to your commandments, now I'm walking in the light. And the light exposes everything, the good, the bad, the fight between spirit and my nature, between heaven and the earth, between eternal and the now. And I'm trying to keep perspective, trying to remember how this momentary trouble's working out a greater way to glory. But some days I just need to hear you tell me that you see me, that you know me, that this cross gon' lead to life, that the dying is the doorway, that the struggle and the strife is producing perseverance, character, and hope that don't disappoint.